So today I'm going to pivot from the horror genre. I think this is, I'm pretty sure this is drama of some sort. Never heard of it before, but apparently it might be popular. I've never heard of the actor either, um, so it's not very popular in my mind, but it might be external. I'm not sure. Called Birdman, and it was, I think, made in 2014. Although I'm not sure about it either. We'll see. Has a very strange opening. To runs to a meteor or something, and letters that seem to fly out of nowhere. Hmm. And then one strange scene after strange, and then anything before it. Yeah, I'm not even sure if that's levitation or what. What is this? So I don't know if it's a good impression, but it seems like he might be some sort of well, supposed to be an actor, which is ironic considering that actors playing actors. It seems like, but I don't know. Is he a former actor playing superhero called Birdman? Presumably, he looks anything but a superhero, and like anything, right? Like even a chihuahua is more of a superhero. But I got to admit, it has some interesting comedy sort of scenarios. At the beginning, yeah, they really try to make the audience think that it's not acting, and then obviously dispel that notion by commenting on the acting, and then later on, yeah, interesting miscommunication and paparazzi interests. I'm not sure if this is seriously based on any non-fiction, but it shouldn't be too uninteresting. I suppose it's sort of like a version of Anecdote in New York, except less existential, like that, not as depressing. I mean, that was a great film. It's a pity that Hoffman took a similar sort of turn, I suppose you could say. Yeah, definitely interesting comedy. That bit there, it was so fast, and it's such a non sequitur that it's just, I think it relies very much on that. Uh, how do you know Mike Shiner will share a vagina? Oh, yeah, sure. You see, the problem with this is when they mention a lot of real life actors, and then suddenly a real life actor who certainly isn't a first time actor uh, is somehow someone different. I mean, when it's obvious who that is. This is the problem with Hollywood generally, but it's not usually so meta, and so it doesn't usually refer to real life actors sort of as a third party in conversation, and then refers to another one that is acting in the movie itself as someone else. Makes little sense. Yeah, the problem is that he's not Mike. He is clearly Northern, right? And I don't know. Am I supposed to suspend disbelief as to who this person is? I mean, if it was a first-time actor, then sure, I could do it. He was the goddamn Fight Club protagonist. So how am I supposed to? It makes little sense. It's kind of funny. So he's supposed to be an actor, who's just come in to replace someone, and suddenly he's seemingly directing the director himself. I'm not entirely sure if he's the director. He thinks he's an old bird or something. What it does is, lure you into the sense of normalcy, where everything isn't quite explicit, but it can be figured out. Kind of like when he meets his ex-wife. It's not quite said that it's his ex-wife, but from the conversation, it becomes obvious. It's not quite obvious whether she is a current wife or not, but then later on it's clarified. The same with most other things in this. I think it's an interesting sort of approach, I suppose. Not most movies do this, but because this one does, it's sort of an indirect approach. And you know what? He proved his point. I mean, it's not that I exactly knew who Farrah Fawcett was. Might have heard of her before. But he proved his point that, she died on the same day, as someone more popular, and so no one really knows that she's dead. I suppose that's one way to keep living, huh? And, Norton's character is. I don't know if he's still typical like this, if he's typecasted, but kind of similar to his Fight Club acting, and the script is somewhat similar. Yeah, this is great. He said nobody cares about him, and suddenly someone wants to take a picture. It's great timing, it's great comedy. I think, I suppose. Calling him a handsome fella is overstretching it. By the way, I like how they make the drums sound from everywhere nearly. And the drums begin early on without being able to see them, and then when they get out, they're just outside, it seems. So, which is why it sort of seems like they could hear it from the side. But yeah, it's quite interesting. It's interesting rhythm. I suppose it's trying to establish a rhythm for the entire movie as well. This former Birdman guy, I thought it was really strange. I mean, how do you transition from a thank you, sort of, makes it seem so reasonable to, even half a second later shouting? I mean, makes little sense, really. But then his daughter gave him quite a good lecture, I suppose. Yeah. By the way, I think they missed an opportunity in naming Mike Richard. Yeah, totally a Richard. Yeah, being locked out with a bit of the clothing inside the door. Yes, it's funny if viewed externally without being affected. If it's you, then no, it's mortifying, I suppose one could say. But yeah, so this movie begins with him in his underpants and ends towards the end with him flying. Wow, that's quite some nonsense there. Oh yeah, he's in his underpants and levitating a bit. Yeah, of course. So there's elements there, but it's a bit of a stretch either way. Oh, and yeah, they just hired the drummer to play inside now. Why not? May as well. Well, finished it, and it's alright, but this here mentions that it's multi-Oscar winning. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's that great about it. I mean, it had some good comedy as mentioned, but otherwise, I mean, it's a play within a play. But as far as that goes, I prefer something done in New York. That was more about true existentialism. This was more about insanity, I suppose you could say. Obviously, there was a bit of what is reality and what is not really. It was just for the laughs mainly, and they clearly sort of I mind. I mean, swearing or whatnot. I really couldn't care less, but yeah, they yeah. I mean, they thought that was all it's supposed to be about. I mean, I certainly preferred it over, Hurt Locker, which also won loads of Oscar. I think it did at least a lot of critical acclaim, and it was also mentioned here. But I really don't know what that was about. That was supposed to be so amazing. It was repetitive mainly. Sure, it was tense, but anyway, this was Birdman was okay, I guess. It mainly for the comedy, but I prefer Slam New York for the existentialism. Both have a bit of that, but not really quite. This one mainly was just funny mainly, but mostly cringy funny as well. He was, I mean, and the ending was okay, but not very, as amazing as the review would say.